as well as the Institute of Human Resource and Civil Servants Development in the city government. So, and it is under this big policy announcement made by Mayor Lai Ching-te 1 year ago. That is to put English as the second official language in Tainan. So it's a bold initiative. It's a difficult job. It's almost mission impossible, but we have to be confident because it's a 10-year-long project. So we are just in the very early beginning of it. And this program, I think, it aims at providing vehicles especially for the elites, like most of them in this room, to improve your techniques and your capability in doing English presentation to the foreigners. And I think what underlies this huge project is that we are facing a globalization and also a boundary-free international society. And as Tainan, it seems to me is more than just a local city. It's in fact an international city. So as every one of you have faced every day that we receive questions, requests, invitations from foreign friends all around the world. They want to see Tainan. They want to know what Tainan's best quality is. They want to invite people from Tainan to their countries and their cities. So we're facing not just challenges in Taiwan, but also global challenges. Just take one example. What concluded in last December's global climate change in Paris, so that it's almost a global duty to address the issue of global warming. So we cannot be escaping from this global trend. So I think under that big concept, this program that the city government has launched today is more of the first step to address this issue. I couldn't help quoting one of the most recent stories published by the Wall Street Journal. He said something about Tainan. See, Wall Street Journal mentioned something about Tainan. It kind of connected Tainan experience with what the future Taiwan government, I mean the DPP government under the newly elected President-elect Madam蔡英-wen. There are a lot of similarities, especially when it comes to Madam蔡英-wen, our President-elect Tsai's future blueprint in terms of how to govern this country. And I'll just quote a few paragraphs from this story written by the Wall Street Journal. It says, and I quote, that the incoming national administration plans to encourage companies from around the world to diversify away from China, while providing affordable housing costs and also to boosting social welfare. And the story said that Tainan never developed much mainland business in the first place, while on the other hand, to underline its international aspiration, the city has aimed for. And also he mentioned that the city recently just declared English to be its official second language. So we are on the world media now. So it shows that the efforts that this local government has made, and also the city of Tainan has made in the past more than 1 year, has attracted world attention, as manifested in the most recent Wall Street Journal story. So what are we going to do now? So this is a very important first step for us to, especially for elite like you, to further improve your techniques in doing presentation to the foreigners who are interested in coming to China, not just for investment, but also for tourism and other exchange, people-to-people exchanges. So I would like to reiterate that Tainan is not just Tainan has already become an international city rather than just local government in Taiwan. So we have to have a bigger vision and ambitious agenda right now. I think under Mayor Lai Ching-te's excellent mayorship in the past 5 years, Tainan City has developed a lot of policy orientations on renewable energies, on low carbon cities, and on travel light and easy, and also for providing good food for the tourists. Those issues, those policy arenas also have something to do with each one of you's individual jobs in the city government. So the reason to bring all of you together this time and to be trained by this program is to make sure that whenever there are foreigners sending you emails, making phone call to you, or come to our city government to ask around in your individual business, you will be very confident to present to them what the city government is a policy on those various issues are about. So, so exactly this is the goal of this training program. So I would like to thank again the Department of Personnel as well as the Institute of Human Resource and Civil Servant Development for having this event. This will be just the first event. I think there will be follow-up steps. The idea is to not just to make our colleagues more confident in terms of communicating with the foreigners, but also to make sure that you are sending the right message to those foreigners and you are meeting their needs. Before I wrap up my speech today, it's a long speech, since I've also have some experience of doing presentations in my previous job, I would like to take this opportunity to give you some tips. I think our three instructors, they are more professional than I am, but this is just my 6 tips to you. Hopefully you can help you a little bit. The first is to know what the audience are interested in. The second is to familiar with your work. That part I'm quite confident you're all best, you're all expert in your individual work. The third is to do your research. You know, sometimes you have to think yourself as if you are foreigners, not as the civil servants of Thailand city government. You have to think what kind of question that foreigners will be interested in, instead of just what you think they should be interested. So this is very important to do your own homework and your research. The fourth is to practice, practice, and practice. And that's exactly this training program will help you to organize your presentation techniques, to make sure that there's a standard operation procedure for you to do this kind of a presentation, so you don't have to worry about how to start it or what if you forgot something. So there will always be a SOP for you to ensure that presentation is a good one. The fifth point is it's more about action. It's more about presentation style. Right? So you need to smile and make your eye contact. Don't just read your papers or pointed at your screen. Make sure you make eye contact and use hand motion so that the audience won't feel sleepy. You know? And most importantly, be confident. So if you do more practice, then you will make you more confident. Finally, be succinct and articulate. Be succinct and articulate. Nobody wants a long presentation. You know, if they don't read the written material you provided to them, then you have to imagine that once you complete your presentation, the audience can remember at least 3 things that you mentioned in your presentation. So, very important thing is to be succinct and articulate. Don't make long presentation. Don't make too much those rosy pictures, photos. But the key element is to make sure the audience at least remember 3 things from your presentation. So that's, I think, the best tip that I can offer to you, and I trust that you will learn a lot from this training program. So I just wanted to congratulate our colleagues who make this training program so successful, and I hope that you will learn a lot from this. You'll learn a great deal from this presentation. Thank you so much, Bob.